Hey boys and girls, March 31st and Mr. Resch here. You can see there's a lot of craziness going on behind me. My son is turning 7 years old, but I'm still getting you covered and you're going to learn some social studies. So I'm going to try to be really brief and quick here, send you on your merry way. You should be done in about 25, 30 minutes max. Goal is to be under 30 minutes. Let me know how that's going. All right, first I want to give you guys a shout out. Awesome job on the Chapter 8 summative assessment, doing the quizzes. Remember, you had multiple attempts, 173 attempts on this. That's very awesome. Accuracy, not very good, but many of you did it more than once. And on this 20-question quiz summative test, we were looking for you to get above 75% or more to earn a 3 on these standards. And most of you did. Great job. Keep it up. You're doing great by yourself. I'm really proud of each and every one of you who are doing the work here. Okay, here's your check-in question for today. Remember, you don't have to write this down. You don't, unfortunately, get anything, but you can at least think about it. Here's a relevant question. You know the 2020 census is coming up. Which state is projected to gain the most electoral seats as a result of the 2020 census? Is it Arizona, Texas, Illinois, California, New York, Florida, or Oregon? All right, give that a thought. Maybe write it down if you want on a piece of paper. Monday's check-in, I'm going to start reviewing those now, is Philadelphia. The U.S. Capitol under George Washington started in New York City, but then moved to Philadelphia while they were making Washington, D.C. Yes, President Washington picked out a spot in a swamp off of the Potomac River between Maryland and Virginia, and that's where our nation's capital would be. So there you have that. Okay. All right. Very important. If you haven't already done Monday's lesson, be sure to complete that. You can find that in updates right here. There's 2 videos to watch, bing, bing, and then you do the quizzes assessment, 75% or better. It is timed, the questions are, so you got to do a pretty good job there. Here's all the information on how to get there. That's it for Monday. On to today. Your job, like I said, was to watch those 2 videos, take the quizzes assessment as many times as needed to get a 3. Hopefully you got at least a 2. All right, today's job is to move on to Chapter 9. We're going to go very slowly here. We're going to learn about Thomas Jefferson. Remember, he was way different than the Federalist. He was a Democratic Republican. So he wanted quite different things than Alexander Hamilton, which you learned about in 8.3. He wanted agriculture. He did not believe in banks and manufacturing like Hamilton did. He believed in agriculture. So what do we need? If we're going to be focused on agriculture for our economy, we need land. So Jefferson's big thing, remember this, Jefferson's big thing was to expand the size of our country. And under his presidency, he would double the size of the United States. Yes, boys and girls, this would include the Northwest Territories, Wisconsin, and even more out west. Phenomenal president. He was a big deal. All right, your goals today are 2. Number 1, show me how Jefferson was different than those presidents before him, Washington, Adams. 2, create a Schoology response, 2, 3 things, and reply to a classmate. Here's what that looks like. All right, I've just published now. Your Chapter 9 folder should have 1 thing, maybe 2 things in it. And what your job is to follow this pathway, go into my class, quarter 4, Chapter 9 Jefferson era, and you should see this assignment. What do you know about Jefferson era? Okay, direction is very simple. I want you to think back to 8.3. What did we learn about John Adams and Jefferson? Read that line. You can open up the online textbook. I have a link in there. I know that it works. I checked it out as student view. And I want you to seriously do this. Play the audio file. Play the audio file for me and just think. Think about 2, 3 important things about Jefferson and how he was different, okay, and what important things would happen. Here's a little hint. Remember, one of the things we learned about major Supreme Court case was Marbury versus Madison, and judicial review came out of this. This happened during Jefferson's presidency, okay? None of that. After you're done reading it, you're going to create a comment. This is a student completion requirement of 2 to 3 things that stood out. How was Jefferson different? After you do that, I want you to go back and respond to one of your classmates. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to be able to do that until you make your post. So make sure you post first and then go back and do this. A good response is going to look like this. I also agree with this student that this is a key point. Here's why. Okay? Or maybe you forgot. You had completely different things. Another good response would be, oh, I forgot about this idea. This is important because bing. Okay? That's it. I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care of yourselves, boys and girls. Again, email me if you have any questions.